This was the console that brought the arcades home. Hello and welcome to MT Entertainment. In today's video, I'll be kicking off the series of counting down the best games ever made by taking a look at the first true home console and counting down the top 10 best Atari 2600 games. Let's begin. Number 10, Pong. Kicking off the list is the grandfather of all games, also known as table tennis. I hopefully don't have to explain its gameplay or anything like that. I mean, it's Pong, everyone knows it. It's a simple game, but it's also one of the most important games ever made. Number 9, Missile Command. A great port of the classic arcade game that remains quite faithful to its original. In the game, you have to defend your city from incoming missiles by shooting them with your own missiles. It's simple, but man is it addictive. Number 8, Combat. An entertaining shooter game, Combat allows you to play single player or multiplayer. The objective is to take out the other player's tank or plane. You can choose from 27 levels, each one with different rules and layouts. Combat is easily one of the best multiplayer games on the console. Number 7, Asteroids. A port of the classic arcade game, you control a spaceship in an asteroid field and have to destroy all the asteroids while dodging and shooting flying saucers. While it may not look as good as its arcade counterpart, its gameplay more than made up for that. Number 6, River Raid. An action-packed shoot-'em-up with a great variety of enemies and multiple stages. It also has some of the best graphics and sound on the console. The game even had items to collect, including fuel to keep your plane in the air. Number 5, Adventure. By modern standards, this game may look extremely simplistic and bland, as your character is just a blue square. However, Adventure pretty much single-handedly created the action-adventure genre, and was one of the first games to feature an Easter egg, as game designer Warren Robinen hid his name in a secret room. What it may have lacked in graphics, it more than made up for in imagination. Number 4, Space Invaders. Another arcade port on the list. The Atari 2600 version of the classic arcade game proved this system could do a good port and probably saved a lot of gamers from spending all the quarters they had at the arcade. In the game, you control a cannon on the ground, shooting up at rows of pixelated aliens, moving information across the screen, as they of course slowly start getting closer and start moving faster, as the tempo of the sound effects also becomes faster. Until they're all dead, or you are. Number 3, Pole Position. A fantastic racing game with some of the best graphics ever seen on the console. The game has a variety of racetracks and some amazing gameplay. While you weren't using a steering wheel like in the arcade version, this game was still a blast to play at home, and the game itself pretty much created the racing genre, and was easily one of the Atari's best games. Number 2, Pac-Man Jr. You may have been expecting to see Miss Pac-Man on the list, but Pac-Man Jr. is a much better game. Its graphics and gameplay are far superior. In the other Pac-Man games, you have a static screen, but in this one, the screen actually scrolls. There's new collectibles to help you get a high score, and it's also a pretty difficult game. Most people probably don't know about this game because it was made in 1984 after the video game crash of 1983, but it wasn't released until 1987. 2 years after the Nintendo Entertainment System was released, and no one was really playing the 2600 anymore. Number 1, Pitfall. Come on, you knew this game was going to be number 1. Largely credited with creating the side-scrolling platformer genre, Pitfall was one of the most influential games of the 2600. This adventure has you controlling Pitfall Harry, navigating jungle hazards as you swing over crocodiles, jump over scorpions, and leap across the titular pits, while collecting treasures. Without Pitfall Harry, there would most likely be no Mario, and there might also be no Jack Black, who featured in the game's commercial. Basically, this was the game that no 2600 owner could go without. And so, those were the top 10 best Atari 2600 games. Do you agree with this list? Did your favorites make the list? Let me know in the comments. I would really love to know. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment if you want. And also, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so for as low as $1 a month by supporting me through channel memberships, or if you prefer one-time donations, you can check out my Ko-fi page. You can use the link in the description to every video or as a link on the channel's main page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.